Don Norton and I's day would start out with a cup of coffee every day, and I can tell you that in the 17 years that I knew Don, I don't think either one of us took a vacation. Don loved his work.
Don was great to work with. He represented our company well, and he represented his customers well. He was always interested in learning about both what we can do and our capabilities, and what our customers needed and what would truly help them.
He was a journalist. That was his training. And he loved communication. And then the ag industry just kind of felt like a natural fit for him. He was drawn to, especially, the people. I mean, he loved the reality, the real, farming is a real thing. It's not cerebral, it's not, you really do it, it's work.
Don introduced himself into my professional life as a very persistent salesman, and I soon became his client at Bolte Hall. Bob and I own Braunby cattle. I produced Braunby Publications, and Don met the Braunby people first as his clients.
In the cattle industry, he even went so far as purchasing cattle.
One day, he told us he wanted to buy a Braunby heifer. Don set up his business plan, and we reached an agreement.
I remember even being in a car one time, I don't remember where we were driving, he goes, "So, I bought a heifer. I haven't told your mom yet."
So he would understand what they went through.
And I'm like, "You mean a cow?" And he's like, "Yeah, he needs a Braunby." And I'm like, "I don't know what Braunby is," but he educated me.
And what an auction was like, and what they faced every day, and tried to match up what we could do to help them.
That purchase led to many more, and over the next 10 years, Don grew his Braunby herd and proudly marketed his calves.
That ended up growing. At some point he did obviously tell my mom, but it just, between the industry and the people,
It was all about the people. Everything that Don was doing, it was all about the people.
Kind of nature of the business and the people in it, it just drew him to that. And he ended up becoming everyone's friends. As you know, he worked hard, he loved the industry, and he cared about the people in the industry.
In my early years of breed association work, a man I respected very much reminded the staff regularly that the cattle business is first a people business. Don understood that in all aspects of his life, not just for the cattle. We all knew how passionate Don was about the printing business and ag media. He carried that same passion into his cattle operation. We looked forward to his visits to our Flint Hills ranch, and Don really was very proud to bring his son and his grandson to the American Royal so that they could see his cattle competing.
His commitment to AMS every year, and I'd call him, and years, they spent so much work on every year what they were going to do. And I still remember I'd call him and he was exhausted from long days. I said, "Are you okay? Can you put your feet up now?" "No, I think I've got, there's 11:30 midnight flight with some intern coming in, and it's a new unfamiliar city." So he was going to be there to pick him up. That was Don, dependable, he'd be there.
We started a shuttle service with the Ag Media Summit, and the first year there was like 7 people. We started a campaign to where we could get everyone's itinerary so we could pick them up at the airport. Don wanted the client, the people, to see Bolte Hall first.
Well, you had Bolte Bull. Every year, as soon as one year would be over with, it'd be like, okay, what are we gonna do with Bolte Bull for the next year?
The last year, we had 364 people that we picked up from the airport from a Thursday evening to Sunday just before the welcome event. We got to know more people doing that than we did coming to our booth.
He loved the booth and the interaction with people, and he just felt passionate about it, helping it be successful. And that's what he was happy to do.
Mr. Rogers had one of those sayings that look for the helpers, and Don is a helper in everything he did.
Dad would be thrilled that the scholarship is in place and that everything's continuing on, and success of the organization through that. He'd be very humbled and very happy about that.
Don was taken way too soon, and we sure miss one of the very best of the people we've found in this people business.
The people in the industry became family, and I felt that we became part of that family too. And that's what made it special. It wasn't just work.